Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Kabuto Aeroblade 3 helmet, available at RevZilla.com. Coming in as second in command in the Kabuto line, this is the Aeroblade 3. You're going to have that FF5E, which is a top-end race-bred helmet. This bad boy is coming in south of $400, using a lot of the same technology, but I'll tell you, this is the more versatile version. This is actually the helmet that we like the best in the line. So again, you're looking at it, it's got a sport flavor to it, but it's set up to be sport or sport touring oriented, meaning longer distance commuting, riding on a sport bike, or in a 3/4 with the occasional tuck. You're going to be rock solid here. Now your Snell, DOT, my outer shell is going to be that ACT, which is going to be that fiberglass with a Dyneema backing, and I really dig it because it comes in at 3 pounds 8 ounces. So again, it's light as I would expect it to be for a more sport-oriented helmet. Now, if we look at it before I get into the nuances here, remember this is the matte black. There's going to be other colors that are going to be gloss or matte with a handful of graphics, and the price slightly bumps on the graphics as well. And remember, fit scheme on the Aeroblade 3 from Kabuto is going to be intermediate to neutral oval. So it's going to have a little bit more room in the temples than you might see on the race fit FF5V. So again, that means a little bit longer front to back, a little bit of extra room in the temples, but again, I'm still calling it right in the middle of the ground where it's going to fit the American market quite well. It's not a long oval and it is not round, so keep that in mind and you shouldn't have any issues. Now, if you're concerned about fitment, we do ship for free over $39, and as always, as I walk through the Aeroblade 3, click here, follow the finger, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, and your feedback on the Aeroblade 3. Now, let's dive into it. Kabuto. If we look at the helmet, you're going to see that it has a lot of panache to it from a sport inspiration side of things. But again, very, very functional. So notice on the front, a nice big vent. Easy to find with a gloved hand. There you go, right down in front. That's going to vent to the interior of the shield. Now, I really dig the shield and what they've done with them. I'm going to get to that in a second. But moving into our vent scheme, again, you have these vents on top of the helmet. Now, they do have a ridge on them, but they're not as easy to use as the FF5V. But they look nice. They're done in matte black, and they are functional. They're going to have one setting versus two on the other helmet, and they're going to vent to the EPS. Moving back, I see my integrated wake blade system. Now, this is for stability at speed. It's going to decrease some of the forces that are going to pull your helmet up if you happen to be in the 3/4 or tuck. But again, they give you an integrated, I like this vent mechanism. Again, positive vent there that's going to vent, and again, it's going to pull that warm, moist air out of your helmet. And again, as you work your way down the back of the helmet, you have some winglets down below, but again, a nice integrated vent system here with the wake blade system that's going to allow you to do head checks, allow you to rock in a more aggressive position than you might have been expecting. Now, we already talked about the Dyneema fiberglass outer shell, and we talked about the weight. I really dig how it came in from a weight standpoint. The other thing I really like about this helmet is I think it's very thoughtful in its design of the shield change mechanism. So you have this optically correct, flat shield. Notice my pin lock post. That's for pin lock lens. You get a pin lock lens in the box, so you have everything you need to be physically fog-free. It's not a fog-free coating. You're going to get the pin lock lens, which is the top end of fog removal. Again, notice here my mechanism. It's got a nice mechanism with a few detents, which I dig, and if I push my thumb in, I'm going to pop up like that. That's how I remove my shield mechanism. Very, very simple. Slides on that simply. I dig it. I think it's one of the easiest to use, and you can even do it with a gloved hand. Again, I'll do it one more time. Just pop it up. Very, very simple. We've seen a lot of folks try to do the quick release. We've seen many of them fail. This definitely gets a check mark being on the easy side of things. Very repeatable, very easy, very sturdy. Now, we have our big gasket coming around along the inside of the eye port. It's nice and wide. Removable breath guard here. And again, we already talked about the chin vent. But again, set up to be aggressive, to look great. This is our matte black version from Kabuto. Now, as I begin to work my way into the guts, let me reach over here, grab my donut. I dig this hyper ridge. Arai's going to get mad that I called it a hyper ridge, but it is. When you begin to work ridges into the helmets, not only does it look cool, but it becomes this ridge that a shock wave that is introduced to the helmet has to make it over. So it's going to bounce some of that energy back towards the rim. Again, I like the fact they've worked it in. I think it looks really cool too. And this is just a style feature here, but they gave you these little fins or these gills here on the side. I just think it has a little bit of a badass quality to it. Again, it's a style preference, my personal preference. Working into the helmet, you're going to see a double D-ring here. No surprises there. You see these areas of mesh. It is a Cool Max interior, meaning that it's going to be wicking, antimicrobial, and again, Cool Max means it's going to suck heat away. It's going to dissipate heat. You're going to feel cooler like the other side of the pillow when you are rocking it. And you can see here this little chin spoiler here, or this rear spoiler. Again, it's not really vented. It's just for style. Now, if I pull my chin, or I pull my cheek pads out rather, What I like that they did on this helmet, knowing that you're going to be rocking it in different, more versatile situations, they still give you a great cheek pad. It still has a nice contour. It's going to be eyeglasses friendly, but you do have a cutaway for a speaker for a Bluetooth unit. So if you put a third-party Bluetooth mechanism on the outside of the shell, you're going to have an area that's cut away to accommodate speakers. The FF5V does not have that, but again, on a race helmet, why are you putting a Bluetooth communication device on it? Again, that's the thinking there. Moving into my other side, I'm going to pull out my other cheek pad. Again, nice contour. I like that everything's fully removable, fully washable, fully cleanable. Again, this is a size medium. And then when we get into the guts of the helmet, you're going to see it simplifies. You even have that Cool Max that's going to be worked on the double D-ring or the chin straps. But what I just did, and I did it really fast, I want to show you really quickly, is that just like the other helmet, there's no snap up on the forehead. The snaps are along the brow and they're in an area that does not touch your body. It touches the shell of the helmet. What that does, it eliminates potential pressure point. So you have a full 3D liner with cutaways, nice comfort liner, Cool Max interior, nice big and supportive down below the occipital ridge, but again, giving you the chance to not have pressure points if you don't need them. Working our way into the rest of the helmet itself, and remember this guy's going to sit atop the Kamui in the line, and the Kamui is going to definitely be a little bit more of an entry-level helmet. Now we look at the big vents coming through the helmet. We found the airflow was rock solid. Remember, this bad boy is Snell and DOT. You're going to get good channeling to the head. The channeling is not extreme. The EPS, which is dual density, actually, and for our purposes, has less cutaway than we've seen in some other manufacturers that maybe might be a little bit more of an investment or in the same price range. We will say that the ventilation scheme is solid. You're going to feel the airflow coming through the helmet, but I will say without that bigger channeling effect inside the helmet, you know, without those areas of additional surface area that are away from your head, sometimes it would be construed as not being as breathable or not allowing you air for that perspiration to really circulate and come off of your head. So again, that's a little bit of a trade-off there. I'm nitpicking, but this is definitely our helmet, our favorite helmet in the Kabuto line here with the Aeroblade 3. Very versatile, has a great look to it. Black, matte black, solids, and additional graphics available as well. The next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews of the Aeroblade 3 at RevZilla.com. Start with my information to position it, understand how you'd use it, but don't take my word for it. See what everybody else is saying. As always, we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks if you're concerned about fit. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Make a good decision. Subscribe to me at RevZilla TV, our YouTube channel. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.